Hey, what's going on, y'all? Just want to make a quick little trade review of the trade that I took today on February 27th, Tuesday, and I'm gonna try and make it short and quick. I only took one trade today, as you know. Here's my fill and my P&L. Made roughly $51.75. Caught roughly around 2 points. I don't know, but you can see the fill. Entered for long, got it filled around 5,079.50. Was looking to target high of day at around 50.86 with my stop at 50.75. Um, Risk to reward roughly around 1.44. If I maybe even a little bit higher, maybe 1 to 2. Not the best risk to reward, but at the same time, I was just looking for a quick move and with a really tight stop loss and just over the 101 risk reward. But yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm gonna break down the daily chart. You know, nothing, nothing new. Past week market broke out into all-time highs, rejected. Had a bit of selling here at all-time highs, retesting down here at the lows. Um, Higher time frame, for the bulls is still really strong. Honestly, as long as I would say trend is above 49.60. Higher time frame analysis would still continue to be bullish. Any downside move, it's still most likely just gonna be a healthy pullback before markets can continue along. But yeah. So uh, zooming into the 2 hour chart over here. Um, so pretty much the levels I had for today was if we were to move this away over here, would have been this pivot high over here from Monday's, I guess you can call this sell off, uh around 1595 to 5090. And the other level I had was roughly this pre-market low here to about this low over here at 5067. And if you go even closer to the 5 minute chart, I'll show you exactly where that level was from. And yep, right here. Whoops, right over here. See this range over here from 5076 to 5067 was this consolidation phase that we had before another move up on February 22nd. I don't remember which day this was, but this was the day that Marcus rallied. Well, had another strong rally before that, and then we rallied into all-time highs. So this demand ended up being really key, and that's pretty much the main levels that I was looking for. Either break off, retest, reject off, whatever happens. But yeah, unless those levels hit, I wasn't really looking to play anything else. But no, another thing to also consider in today's session was that, of course, since we are in a range, unless we break out of that, the range was kind of tight, as you can see, 5090 to 50, I don't know, 76. But it was pretty tight, the first couple of minutes, and there wasn't really much action. But of course, game plan was just um spot buyers down here, spot sellers down here, and right off the open, we can see that markets had a um really bearish print off the open. Would have set up for a great trade, but of course I don't trade the first couple of minutes, and I kind of wanted to see how this play out, and this went right down into my demand zone area. Again, this demand zone is kind of wide, so I didn't really want to how do I say it, be a first buyer, and at the same time I didn't want to get trapped playing short down here, if that made sense. So it was kind of tricky to really find a good high quality setup today. But again, main thing is just to main key thing is just to manage risk. And as long as I'm comfortable with the risk that I'm taking, and it's a decent slash high quality setup, then it should work out fine. But yeah, market sold off, tapped my demand zone area. We had a nice bounce over here. First confirmation of that the zone was active was this I guess this engulfing candle over here at 942. Had some sellers step in over here at the highs, but again the candle was managed to close green. And from this point on, I was just looking to see if markets can retest and support these buyers that stepped up over here for maybe a potential move up. Because risk to reward wise, and again with the fact that we are near demand and that trend is higher, this was like the I guess you can say the best quality setup at the moment that I could find. So if I remember correctly, entered 956. Reasoning because I was waiting to see if this low over here of buyers would be supported. As you can see, bounced down here, made a move up. This wasn't really the strongest move up. As you can see, sellers were still coming in as shown by these top wicks, but it was pretty evident that buyers are still a bit stronger by just how these candles were closing, as you can see. Um, but of course, I didn't want to jump the gun yet. Waited a bit. And then once we retested over here, and then we came back up. Um, Honestly speaking, I probably should have entered over here. And I'm trying to work on that. Just because in hindsight, if I entered over here, I would have had a better stop loss here. Risking only 1 point, and pretty much like also like I know that if this bounce were to fail, that this the move that I'm looking for upwards is most likely not gonna happen. So yeah, but then again, I kind of wanted to wait for a bit more confirmation, as because I kind of wanted to see how because I believe on the tapes we had some sellers here around 50.80, 50.79. So I wanted to see how the bids were gonna react over here. And a couple minutes later, at around 9:56, when we came back over here, we tested this level here and then moved back up. That's when I pretty much got confirmation. And if you were to look at this chart over here, here's how the 5 minute close. So we got the close over here. As you can see, showing signs of a doji over here. This candle, we had a nice close over here at 9:55, and then 9:56 when the next candle opened. And let me go back over here. 9:56 entered over here. Again, I believe I got filled right at the top. Yes, 50.79.5. Stop loss was again low day, 4 points. I was targeting 86, 88, 6 to 8 points. 1.5 to 2 are not the best, but again, that was the best setup I could find at the moment. And I was again kind of comfortable with the risk. I wasn't really gonna cut it at the lows if we did break all the way, because again, I was kind of expecting this move to go right away, in which it did. Because of course I am still kind of like fighting the intraday trend, but enter at 9:56, got the move up here. Pretty much just monitor the trade. Oh, and there was news at 10 a.m., which I knew, but at the same time, like this was a good setup. I didn't really want it to let it go to waste. I had my finger on the sell button, ready just in case we had a crazy reaction that that was gonna break my stop loss. But either so, I was comfortable with the risk and the setup either way. 10 a.m. candle appeared. I got the nice move in my favor. I believe I sold most of them at, yep, the highs here, 84. Um, because I spotted some. One, I was aware that I was fighting intraday trend. Two, we were testing this fair value gap off the opening print over here. High chance of seller stepping in, as shown on the tapes below. Not below, but shown on the tapes at the moment. And pretty much just really wanted to secure some profit, and maybe potentially let the runners run. But of course that did not happen because right away um markets pretty much sold off and failed to you know get above this level over here until later on in the session when I believe there was news over here. But besides that, sellers were still making pivot lows throughout the session. And um honestly, reviewing this trade, it was a good trade. Everything was honestly solid except for the fact that I could have managed my runner a little bit better, or if anything, I probably should have just trimmed all, knowing the fact that like um I don't know, man. It's kind of tricky because again, I want to practice trend trading, catching the full moves, but at the same time, like I also need to kind of get into the habit of knowing when to lock up all my profits and knowing when to let it ride. Because I'm looking at my running P&L, and the highest I was up was roughly, I'm gonna just say $90, and I went from $90 to only $50 gain pretty much. Because one, I didn't manage my runner well enough. You know, gave back 3 points on this one runner, which is $15. Again, looking from a dollar amount, $15 is not a lot to me, but from a point aspect, giving back 3 points on a potential winner is not good in the long run of things, because again, the more you size, the more those points add up. And yeah, um but yeah, main two things was, honestly, I should have just managed the runner better. And another thing I probably could have improved on better was maybe maybe have gotten a better timing for my entries down here at the lows. Maybe this way I could have gotten a better, shit, I could have caught 10 points on this move instead of, how much did I catch? I don't even know how much I caught. Like what, 5 points? 5 points on my trims. But yeah, again, these are all things I still need to work on progress. Work in process. I don't know what I'm saying right now. It's getting late, but yeah, that's the trade review I had. You know, kind of want to just explain it in simplest terms possible. And yeah, um, that's gonna be it. Peace.